Just keep your eyes closed. This morning is such a beautiful morning. All of you must be really enjoying this extended dawn. No harsh sunlight, gentle weather, very quiet. And today, as I was going towards the temple after 7 o'clock, everything was so calm and seemed to be very organized. I saw, apart from the beautiful garden, greeneries, the people were very nice. For 2-3 people, those who work in the garden, each one was busy doing his own thing, taking care of the vegetable patch. One person just listened and be. One person was carrying the leaf manure. Another one was cleaning the area to prepare for meditation. The temple was serene. The people there were going about in cleaning, decorating, worshipping the deity. Visitors were quiet. The whole place seemed to have found its rhythm. There was no need for any type of interference. Everything was on the move, as it should go. That triggered a thought in my head. Look at ourselves. As we close our eyes, how with such a lovely rhythm the creation is marching on us. The body quietly changing, each organ doing its job, the ears to hear, eyes to see, tongue to taste, skin to touch, nose to smell, reporting the creation as it is. And the physical body, the breathing, the circulation, everything going on without our interference. Thoughts, uninterrupted, flow on. And in that, your nature, you too, who you are, effortlessly existing. Everything is blissful. No interference from any side. Everyone is doing its own job. The body alive, the senses functional. The memories crisscrossing. Consciousness looks on. There is nothing to be added, nothing need to be spoon taken away. Who you are doesn't depend upon any additional thought or negation of thought. Who you are, the self, the awareness, doesn't depend upon presence or absence of perceptions. The functioning or not functioning of sense organs. The self, the awareness that you are, doesn't depend upon the condition of your body for its existence. The body can be a child, young, adult, old. Can be healthy, and it can have a flaw. Awareness, who you are, never affected. The whole creation, the macrocosmic universe, just see the total picture of which your body is a part. Everything you saw. Your interference is not needed. The I thought is not needed for you to be who you are. Yet, you can use that thought to manage other thoughts, direct your senses, organize your physical body, activities in the outside world, but to be yourself, who you are. No activity, no perception, no thought, not even the I thought is required. This is the effortless state. Where nothing needs to be done. No words need to be spoken. No action needs to be done. No thoughts need to be maintained. Nothing, absolutely nothing is needed for you to be who you are. It's such an unconditional bliss. Imagine, friends, an artist paints something, but just because he doesn't put a particular dot maybe between the eyebrows, the picture is not complete. The picture of river is not complete unless water is flowing into it, flowing through it. The mountain is no mountain unless there is a height, the peak. The desert is not desert unless there are miles of stretching sand. The ocean is not ocean unless there are waves. But yourself, the consciousness, you are conscious. It doesn't matter what thoughts are there or not there. What perception is there or not there. What sensation is there or not there. What body organs there or not there. What conditions prevail in the outside make no difference to your being who you are. What a blessing. This overwhelming sense of being blessed. There is no time to be miserable, no time to be affected by anything. Nothing is needed. No loss can cause a dent in you. No gain can enhance you. Your being who you are, the infinity. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be taken away. Therefore, presence or absence of anything, any type, be it external, physical, sensory-wise, perception-wise, be those thoughts of any kind, their presence or absence make no difference to you for your being who you are. It is so important. It's absolutely imperative that you better be yourself unconsciously. If you fall into the role and seemingly gain an identity, you have to be so protective about the role. If there is any flaw there, will make you flawed, limited. Relative roles, the body, the mind, the senses, the power, the positions, they will have their limitations. There is nothing in this time and space, limited universe, which is not affected by limitation. So if you lose sight of yourself, rather any time if you feel limited, flawed, inferior, arrogant, miserable, stupid, affected, know that you have lost sight of yourself. Be the self who you are. Then you have full right to feel whatever you wish to feel. It's like a tree. The root is alive, but the leaves go on changing. The root is alive. Fresh leaves, little old leaves, yellowed leaves, and the leaves that drop off. The root is strong. The root that you are, the consciousness, is a timeless root. The thoughts can fade away. The sense organs, sensations, the physical body and its conditions like leaves can go on changing. But the root is changeless. Ask yourself, will you helplessly fall away with the leaves, or shall be strong as the root? Also you can choose, be the strong as the root and enjoy the falling away with the leaves, the tender green, the early sprout, matured leaves, fading, falling away leaves. Take your pick, but be the truth. Be the self. Be the root. Creation. This lovely, awesome universe has messages, endless messages. Every perception, meditation, because you are meditation. In every sensation, in every sight, sound, touch, taste, smell, in every landscape, in every unfoldment, the message is complete. You are there. If you see yourself in and through every thought, every perception, you shall see yourself in and through every object in the universe. To see yourself in and through every object, sentient, insentient, inert, conscious. You have to see yourself through your own body, in and through your own sense organs, your own perceptions and thoughts. It's like a river. The water moves, the foundation is steady. Or like the waves. And to the changing waves, steady. You know, through the sounds of million kinds, the silence of one kind reigns supreme. So be the self. Be the self, who you are. In fact, in that there is no choice. There is absolutely no choice in being yourself. There are times, even if you wish, you may be able to see or not to see. Your seeing depends on your eyes. Your seeing the object depends on the presence or absence of the object. But your being yourself doesn't depend upon the presence or absence of the object, or the capacity to see or not to see, hear or not to hear, to have a thought or not to have a thought. You are so free. Nothing binds you, unbounded, unlimited, unrestricted, unobstructed, borderless, shoreless expanse existence. So just be that. It's not that in the class, as I'm talking, you are it, and after it you are somebody else. No. You see yourself now, you see yourself forever. You be yourself now, you be yourself forever. You were, you are, and you shall be. The same at all times, all places, all conditions. In and through everything. So no sense of gain or loss, no sense of inferior or superior. No sense of low or high. No sense of losing and gaining, but just being. Thank you, friends. Just see that at all times. You can see for yourself. Please don't pass judgment on others. What the other person is doing, not doing, whether he is sitting down, not sitting down. That's not our business. Since self-awareness, you be aware of who you are, yourself. It's a total wasting time trying to pass judgment on somebody that person is unconscious. Let him be. Because your own mind will torture you. When you are so full of understanding, when you are so full of bliss, freedom, happiness, call it any language you like, you have no interest in recognizing somebody's flaw or limitation, unless the other person is interested in being pointed out. If somebody is happy with his unhappiness, what is my problem? If somebody feels limitless with his limitations, what is my problem? Let them. Somewhere down the line we have completely lost track. Listen carefully. Somewhere down the line we have completely lost track, trying to fix everybody's life. How they should live, how they should smile, how they should have a car or a house. God. Your imposition of expectations on others, other man's acceptance of those impositions, successfully destroys everybody. We expect that somebody should have a car, and that one also swallows the bait and he says, I must have a car. Having a car, having millions, billions, or renouncing everything comes far, understand, comes long after you have a body. First you have to be in order to have. Will you please watch that? It's like the child. The child is so much lost in the child has gone to somebody's house, to his friend's place, toys and balloons and so many things, he completely lost. When the mommy is asking, baby, it's time to go home, there is no memory of home. My toys, my friends, you have to pull. And what we see in this world, 40-year-old, 50-year, 60-year, 70-year-old babies, lost in the neverhood of the creation. So many things to see, hear, touch, taste, smell, possess. Completely forgetting about the home. While struggling, one day your body drops. Just imagine, this morning I was touched by a piece of news. A child, a young man, 25-year-old, is an engineer, passed his engineering, working. But 2 years back, he was diagnosed with a very fatal disease. Father 55-year-old, mother 45-year-old, 46, 47-year-old. They couldn't take the son suffering so much. The son also was suffering. 3 of them decided to commit suicide. They wrote a note, nobody is responsible. 3 of them hanged themselves. Just think. It's a piece of news for all of us. What does it mean to that person? And you think for yourself. What is more important? A job, money, things. They are needed, but they are not needed more than you. As a human being, listen carefully. The person should be there. Even when this type of difficulties come, which will come, changes will be inevitable. But we have to discover the changelessness. Listen carefully. The changelessness. That is why this knowledge is such an imperative. And not for the old age, to wait until the old age. As I told you so many times, the journey, preparation for the journey begins at the beginning of it, not at the end of it. The preparation for the journey doesn't begin at the end of it, in the beginning of it. When the house is on fire, you don't dig a well. In Oriya they say, Bahagara vele vaiguna ruva. It means when the daughter's or son's marriage is fixed, that is the time you are digging the thing to put up the vegetable plant. Keep it planted. Marriage comes after 6 days, 6 months, vegetables ready, everything is ready. Same thing in life. When disaster coming to strike, that is the time looking for solution. That is why in a fire, in the fire brigade, the fire department will come and tell everywhere. They will not give you a fitness certificate unless you have the carbon dioxide, those, the cans, water ponds by nearby, buckets of sand. Why? Because when the fire catches, that is the time, don't look for it. That is there to dump it. What is the moment when your body can be destroyed? What is the moment when your relationship can be destroyed? What is the fixed moment when your wife can run away, son can run away, husband can run away, business can collapse? Any fixed moment for anybody? Eternal vigilance, a total awareness, that is why. You need it every day, friends. So as you listen, it's not that in the class it is so wonderful, after the class something, no. You are who you are, before the class, during the class, after the class. But during the class, listen carefully, during the class we are discussing who I am, who you are, one and the same. The moment you step out, you have a role to play, I have a role to play. Maybe you are a driver, maybe you are a cook, maybe I'm a singer, somebody is an artist, somebody is a painter. So there we are not going to give a discourse on the absolute. Understand? Listen carefully. There we are going, each one does his own thing. Each one does his own thing. But in and through all these different roles being played, there is only one reality, myself, who I am, always existing. Therefore, as we now continue the verses, how nicely yesterday Bhagavan in ASHTAVAKRA says, we will see 3 more verses, please read that. 73, please. Yeah, 73, please read. Buddhi pariyanta samsare maya matram vivartate nirmamo nirahankara nishkama sovate buddha akshayam gata santapam atmanam pashyato munehe kva vidya cha kva vishvam kva deho hammameti vam akshayam gata santapam atmanam pashyato munehe kva vidya cha kva vishvam kva Upadeho Mammetiva. These amazing verses. The next three verses, one theme will read together. These two verses, let's finish it. Like yesterday, we saw one verse. That's amazing. Buddhi paryanta samsare maya matra vivartate. Very beautiful line. Samsara is samsara. Samsara means there where continuous changes are taking place. Sru sar, to move, that which is continuously moving, changing. The creation, that is continuously changing. Think of it. Perceptible universe, continuously changing. Dinayaminyau sayam vata sisiravasanto tatavayata. Shankara writes, no? Kala kridati ayurgachati. The time is continuously moving. Now the summer, now the winter, now the rain, now the morning, now the evening, now the dawn, now the dusk, now the childhood, now the youth, now the old age. Continuous changing. Is samsare. You shall be affected. Buddhi paryantam. Buddhi paryanta, you can have two meaning. Buddhi can means ahankara. Buddhi also can mean absolute knowledge, self-knowledge. As long as the ahankara is continuing, that long samsara is visible. And once the self-knowledge comes, no more the samsara is there. In reality, listen carefully, in reality, the creation, the samsara is not a samsara, it's not a trap until you are trapped. Right or wrong? Think of it. See, when shall you call it a trap? Okay, this is a house or a prison? Think for yourself. Is this a house or a prison? House. But if you put a prisoner, it becomes a prison. Prisons are not built. Houses, buildings are built. When you put the prison, put the prisoner, it becomes a prison. If you open a shopping center, it's a mall. If you have a conference room, it's a conference hall. It depends how you use it. Just like your body. With a uniform goes, a policeman is going. Right? If you see tatters, what shall you say? Hey, look at the beggar going. The body is same. Body inside that, are you getting that point, please? The body inside those clothes, same. Change your clothes, personality is different. Beggar is walking. Terrorist is going. Prisoner is going. Policeman is going. Army personnel is going. Think of it. A trap is not a trap until somebody is trapped. That is why don't say samsara. Samsara, the whole creation is a trap. Creation is not a trap. If you are trapped, it is a trap. If you are not trapped, it all depends on you. It's like that boy, the mullah. Mullah was too smart. He was desperate to create some monument before he dies, because he was not sure after his death whether his followers will do it or not. Some people do that. I saw in one place, there is a temple built. There was a temple built. But then what has happened? In that temple where that was built, nobody was, there was nobody there. The temple was built and then it was not completed. I was asking somebody, why, what is this? When are you going to do Kumbhabhishekam? When are you going to do all this Kumbhabhishekam? They said, no, Swami, it's not Kumbhabhishekam. We are waiting. I said, waiting for what? Now when our Guru Maharaj dies, he won't use the word dies. When he takes Samadhi, his body will be placed and on that there will be Shivalinga. That means what? The person will be worshipped after that. So he has already decided, and then what should be done for him, right? Some people organize that way. So this man, our mullah, he has said, I must have a grave built for me. So the masons came and grave was finished. Half the money he had paid. other half the fellow will not pay. So the workers were rebelling, demanding, where is the money? You have not given the money. He said, but your work is not complete. He said, what do you mean the work is not complete? The building is complete, everything in the grave is complete. He said, no, the grave is not complete until the body goes in. See that? So the grave is not a grave unless there is a body. A house is not a prison unless there is a prisoner. A temple is not a temple unless there is an installation. A trap is not a trap unless there is somebody trapped. Creation is not a trap. What a beauty. The flowing water is a great joy to watch. The ocean is so lovely to watch. But if somebody dies, goes into it, then what shall you call it? Treacherous water. Water is treacherous or you are stupid? You are stupid not to recognize the treacherous water. The water is water. Water is flowing. Creation is creation. Since I am not aware of myself as who I am, I have lost myself in the body. Body is not trapped me. Body has no business. Body doesn't know. Deho na janati. Clear Sanskrit, beautiful. Deho na janati. Body does not know. So the body doesn't trap you. Your eyes do not grab you. Your eyes don't force you. Take me to a movie. The ears don't go crazy. December, Margali Masam, now music everywhere. I must go to listen tonight. Mahabalipuram, 1 month long dance festival starts. The eyes are crazy, going crazy now. I must go to that place. Do your eyes demand? Does your tongue says, I want to eat this or drink this alcohol? Drink this chicken or monkey or whatever, fruits or vegetables? The tongue doesn't demand. Listen carefully. You demand and you drive the body crazy. But you blame whom? Oh, the sense organs are very difficult. Sense subjects are very difficult. The world is a temptation. Nothing is a temptation. This is a flower. Is it a temptation? Think, this is just a flower. Is it a temptation? Gold is gold. Is it a temptation? If you are tempted, it's a temptation. Are you getting that point, please? Death is frightening? Wrong statement. If you are afraid of death, death is frightening. Please see this. So that long, the samsara, the creation is frightening when you are frightened because you don't know anything about yourself. And when the fear will be there, ahankara paryantam. And the ahankar, I thought, is there. That is why, please see the two different ways. The child has no fear, one, because it has no individuality surfaced yet. Number two, wise man has no fear, individuality, chutney, finished, has no relevance anymore. Child is yet to have a fear. Wise one, gone beyond the fear, in between. You know what it is. Why is it not sometimes somebody should sit down and think, as a child I was never afraid. Why am I afraid now? Yeah, ask that question. What was that absent in childhood because of which there was no fear? What is that is present now because of which there is fear? Does it need an Einstein for this? What was that was present in childhood? What was not in the childhood? Which did not frighten me? Have you seen children? Now in When I went to Orissa, 1 or 2 houses, I went there, there are some fresh babies, sweet ones and absolutely crazy ones. So, I think the family, I should not say worst, the best part of the family is these babies. When they come, then 1 or 2 cute ones finished. You are head over shoulder and your samsara is complete. In a sense, because they are so powerfully seductive. The children, their smiles, beguiling, sort of guileless smiles, they grab him. Helpless look. The fellow is, 6 months old I saw one, I can't forget that sight. I was going to house, I go there, a 6 months old baby, he's just learning to, what is that? He goes on stomach now, right? And like this, he does it and looks at you and laughs. God. There is no personality there. It's just a pure smile. From top to toe, it's a pure smile. That is why when you see these Talibans or whatever, 134 children are in 134. 7 year, 8 year, 10 year, 12 year. Even to think about it, whoever. Anyway, why is it so? Because there is no touch of individuality, no motives, no expectations. Same thing happens in wisdom. Guileless smile. Why? No expectations. Why do you smile? What else you do? Smile has no motive. If you give me, I'll smile. If you don't give me, no smile. If you give me, I smile. If you don't give me, also I smile. Because I am the smile. That is the beauty. That is the flawlessness of wisdom. That is why it will come later on. Neither he praises the good man nor he hates the dustam. Dustam napi nindati. He doesn't hate anybody. Why? Everybody is beautiful. Because in his vision, there is only one thing existing. Flawless, immortal existence. Sarvam Shivamayam. It's not a philosophical disposition. It's a fact. So buddhi paryanta, as long as ahankar is there, samsara is there. Rather, as long as if samsara, the creation appears to be a trap, ahankar is there. And once the ahankar is gone, samsara is no more samsara. Such a person, yesterday we saw that, nirmamaha, nirahankara, there is no I. What is the question of my? To say my, I must be there. But to say I, necessarily not mine. Are you getting that point? Ahankara, mamakara. I am, first you say I, then body is mine. Listen carefully. We think I am begins with this body, then my house. Body is I, for the average person. I begins with what? Body. Body is I. Then my body. Okay, just think of it. Even though he says my body, the idea is I am the body. Then my husband, my wife, my child, my house, my brother, my sister, my land, my job. How much this notion can own? Universe is not enough. Hands are this much. But my sense, understand. But this is not mine. This is I, but the body also is mine. Who owns it? Mind. The thought, who owns it? I. So the I begins with the I thought. Then my thoughts, my body, then my husband, my wife, like that it goes on. I and mine. The I begins, mine follows. Now when you see the meaning of the word I don't need to say I to be. I, my, everything disappears. Samsara is no more samsara. It is just absolute Nitya Ushchava, as you saw yesterday, pure, absolute festival of an existence. There's nothing. Such a person, nirmama, nirahankara, nishkama, buddha sohate. This man shines in his glory. Because there is nothing to tarnish the image. There is no blotch, there is no stain. There is absolutely shining presence of your awareness that you are. And who is that? Everybody. Everybody, whoever. There is no man, no woman, jati, niti, kula, gotra, duragam, nama, rupa, guna, dosha, varjitam, desha, kala, vishaya, ativartiyat, brahma, tattvamasi, iti bhavaya. So where there is no consideration of jati, caste, niti, laws, regulations, kula, gotra, family, dynasty, desha, kala, none of these time, space, none of these considerations are valid anymore. Everything is invalidated. Your individuality validates the limitation. Knowing yourself, everything is invalid. Choose. Nirmamo nirahankar, nishkama sobhate buddha. Okay, such a person, how he lives? Akshayam gata santapam atmanam pashyato munehe. Munehe pashyataha. Muni. Who is that Muni? Mananasilavan. The one person, Muni, Mananasilavan, one who contemplating on himself, pashyataha. Not only thinks, but also is aware of it himself. Aware of himself. What is aware of himself? Listen, aware of himself. No more lost in the thought. See how people suffer. Because their mind, you know who kills you? Who is torturing you 24 hours? Don't say my husband, my wife. Nonsense. However much you may be married, you are not glued. Husband and wife, glued. Is it so? There is no such person. No human being can torture you 24 hours. Nothing in this universe can torture you 24 hours. Your thought can torture you 24 hours. Your thoughts, your immediate neighborhood, they can torture you for all the time. A man, while living with his wife, was very loving, very caring, very nice. It so happened the wife was falling sick. And the wife was a very possessive wife. Some husbands are possessive about the wives, some wives are possessive about the husbands. And this man was almost being possessed by his wife. So this wife, when she was dying, she told, look, when I die, don't marry again. If you marry again, I am going to haunt you. But so happened, anyway the wife died. And the wife died, then he said, all right, for 1 day, or 1 month, or 2 months, that's fine. Then you forget that you are married. Isn't it? How long can you go on mourning? It doesn't exist. Your own hand goes away, you forget that one day you had 2 hands. You get so used to one hand, the left hand also is forgotten. That is how God has been so kind to give us the forgetfulness. So when people complain, Swamiji, these days I am forgetting. I said, for God's sake, be blessed. Be blessed that you are forgetting. Because suppose you don't forget, what will happen? The only thing is, don't be conveniently forgetting. What you have to do for others, you forget. But what they have to do for you, you remember. That is a headache. That's a very selective forgetfulness. That's a pain for yourself. No problem. Anyway, so this man, after one month, 2 months, 6 months, found out, fell in love with another woman and he married. But first 1 or 2 days, 3 days, that was cool. After 4, 5, 7, 1 week, the apparition, the ghost comes. Now I told you not to marry, you are marrying. This fellow is going crazy. And then now it was only during the night, now he started sometimes coming up in the daytime also. The fellow really went crazy. So he went to the one monk, one religious person, and said, I don't know what to do, this fellow is doing, I don't know what to do. She is really hunting me now, I don't know what to do. He said, how do you know she is hunting you? He said, she is telling me, she knows everything that I know. She is telling me what we did not do, what she said, what he did not say, all these things he is telling. Okay, all right, do one thing. So he gave him a small bag of rice. He said, you keep it in your hand. And when the next time she appears in the night, just show them this bag and ask how many rice they are inside it, how many grains of rice inside it. The fellow kept that, he thought it must be some mantra, some type of thing, so he kept that rice hand in. Next time he seemed to appear, he said, how many rice in this bag? And that ghost went forever, never came back. Then he discovered the ghost did not know anything that he did not know. It was his mind which was talking. He had guilt. So everything he was doing, understand, who tortures you? Another man had taken his wife to the forest. There's stories, and they were gone hunting. And but this man had planned just to somehow get rid of his wife. Then what he did, when the wolves started coming, he started running. Instead of shooting, the wolves caught her. And this man also comes back home. He also gets married after some time. Then what happens? Again, the wife starts hunting now. He doesn't know what to do. Then he got so tortured one day. Then he heard the wolves also howling. So he gets up. Now when he's sleeping in the room, he keeps his gun by his side. And when this apparition appeared, he takes the gun to shoot. But he's not there. He thinks he's running there. So he ran after that. Ran into the same forest, same spot. And then, that is the time the wolf started coming, he fell down. When he fell down, the gun fell away from his hand. The wolves took him out. Story. Who was the hunting him? His own mind torturing. Listen carefully. No dictator, no tormentor, no persecutor can persecute you, torment you, torture you like you torturing yourself. Your ignorance is a lovely torturing machine. Self-persecuting, self-torturing machine. Because you are not aware of yourself. Your mind can drive you crazy. You see things that are not there. Instead of seeing things as it is, you see things that are not there. You hate people, you imagine somebody is hating you. You imagine somebody is loving you. You imagine somebody is torturing you. You imagine somebody is going to help you. You imagine, then you feel disappointed. You understand that point? You imagine. I think my brother is out to take my share. The brother has no idea. I think that the girl is really in love with me. The girl has no idea. That is why the acids flow, Yesterday you saw that. How many incidents you see that? People throwing acid on each other. Because you think she loves you or she thinks he loves you. Then you think she is not doing it, not loving. Then to throw acid. Why? I can't love, nobody should love. What a tragedy. Understand? That is why buddhi pariyanta samsara. As long as you are identifying with your mind, you don't need anybody else to torture you. That is why when people are there, somebody is punishing you, you think that somebody is punishing you, don't punish them. Their own mind will be enough. Whereas for the wise one, when he sees this reality for himself, akshayam gata santapam munehe pashyata. He sees himself as he is, therefore akshayam gata santapam. Santapam gata, the sense of remorse, pain, anxiety, repentance, misery, gone forever. That language disappears. Kimhagam sadhuna karavam kimaham papagaram iti. That is the Upanishadic statement. Edagam havavana tapati kimhagam sadhuna karavam kimaham papamagaravam iti. Edagam havavana tapati. No more this man is tormented by these two things. These are the two things which torture every human being. Kim sadhum na akaravam. What is that is good, I did not do. Kimaham papam akarvamiti. Papam aham akarvam. Something wrong I committed, I should not have, guilt. Something good I did not do, guilt. Wise man is released from these two. Individuality is not there. What is that good I did not do, or what is that bad I did? No doership. The person is being with himself. Tasmat gata santa akshayam. Endless revelry within himself. Therefore, qua vidya, kvachava vishwam, qua deha, aham mameti. So what is there to say? Aham deha, I am the body. Mama deha, my body. And extension, my house, my car, my child, my friend. None of these are there. At the same time, of course they belong to me. Me is not mine, but I take care of it. Think how beautiful it is. Have you not done it? Have you not done it? Every time everybody has done it. You borrow a camera from your friend. You shall take best care. Your own thing you will neglect. But you borrow from the friend, you want to give it back exactly as you had brought, right or wrong. Your own camera will be dusted. Your own computer, God knows where. But friends, by chance you have borrowed something, very careful. Why don't you think this body borrowed from the universe? I didn't borrow, they have lent it. I find myself. Maintain it. Without owning it. What is the difference between maintaining and owning? Maintaining is, if it is defunct, loss, no problem. Owning is, everything in loss. If there is a sense of loss, because it is preceded by a sense of ownership. If it is a maintenance, I see like this. The government is maintaining the park. Generations of people go there and enjoy themselves and go away. Do you care whether that one tree is not there, one flower is not, because it's not your job. Maintenance free. You enjoy and go away. Time is up, go home. Why do you enjoy this park so well? You go to the seashore, go to the park, go to animal safaris, go to all these wonderful places you go. Why do you go there? It's so nice. Yet, nothing is better than your home. After 10 days holidays, home food. After 20 days travel, 1 year travel around the world, 10 years, home. Why don't you think the same way? The whole creation is there. See, hear, taste, touch, smell, then home. Don't have to own. Do you have to own a sun to watch a sunrise? Everybody must own a sun to watch a sunrise. You should own the Himalayan mountain to enjoy the Himalayan mountain peak. I have purchased a part of Serengeti. Why? Because I love wildlife. Anybody? You just go. And in that huge hundreds of thousands of square miles, kilometers of wildlife, what happens? It's like a huge amphitheater within amphitheater. Thousands of little spaces. Now you go, here is zebras running, there you go, there is giraffes running, there is that guys who are the lions there is cheetah there, this is there, what all things are, buffaloes are there. Huge thing. Different amphitheaters. Wherever you go, enjoy and go back. Creation is like that. Kitchen is one place, something is happening. Classroom is something happening. Temple, something is happening. Guest house, something is happening. Your physical body is a huge park. Head, something is going on. Tail, something is going on. Face, something is going on. Foot, something is going on. Everything is wonderful. Why? Because you are wonderful. That is what it is. Gata santapa. No more any idea of deho, I am the body or body is mine. No. Maintenance. Kvacha vidya, kvacha va vishwam. What is this knowledge and ignorance? Why? Knowledge doesn't make you proud. Ignorance doesn't make you unnecessarily looking down upon yourself. Ignorance is natural. That I don't know is not a crime. That I did not know is stupid. You don't know. So what? Everything everybody doesn't know. And when somebody, just because somebody knows it, very proud. Why are you so proud? Are you the last one? You are proud because you have not exposed yourself to people who know more than you. Nirasta padapadesha erandovi drumayate. In a houses, in a landscape where there are no big trees, castor oil plant thinks it is the mightiest banyan. Who is proud? A little bit of information, if you feel so proud, what does it mean? You are not yet kamakras. You don't want to expose yourself to somebody to be exposed. But the self-knowledge is a different cup of tea. By this knowledge, what happens? You have no more fear and anxiety because nobody can beat you, you can't beat nobody. Because both are same. One who knows himself, wise. One who doesn't know himself, still is the possibility of wisdom is still there with him. That's why it's so beautiful. One who knows is not proud. One who doesn't know, of course, is helpless. He has to know this reality. Okay? Kavidya kojava vishwam devoham ameti. So, akshayam gata santapam. No more anxiety in life. Always blessed with himself. Now go through next 3 verses. Amazing verses. They are so sweet. Read. Nirodhadini karmani jahati jadadhiryadi manorathan pralapansche mandas kartum apnoti tatkshanat mandasrutvapi tadvastu najahati vimudhatam nirvikalpo vahiryatnat antar vishayalalasah jnanat galita karmayah lokadrushtyapi karma krute napnotyavasaram karmam vaktumeva na kinchana nirodhadini karmani jahati jadadhiryadi manorathan pralapansche kartum apnoti tatkshanat mandasrutvapi tadvastu najahati vimudhatam nirvikalpo vahiryatnat antar vishayalalasah jnanat galita karmayah lokadrushtyapi karma krute napnotyavasaram karma vaktumeva na kinchana. These 3 verses, please, put it in the bucket. Sometime somewhere you can look at it. It gives you the contrasting pictures about the ignorance and wisdom. It's amazing. You will be floored by it. Just see how beautiful it is. First, what all you see, what all you listen to about the wisdom, that is akshayam gata santapam atmanam pashyato mune. The Muni, the Mananasilavan, the one who is contemplative and sees the reality of himself, has no sense of remorse, no sense of repentance, no sense of guilt, no sense of frustration, neither any sense of opposite, elation, depression. None of these things happen. Understand? Elation also is another form of depression from the absolute standpoint. Like confidence also is a lack of confidence from the absolute standpoint. Because the so-called confidence in life is not real confidence, it's a false confidence. Confident by Swami, he is a very confident person because he has money. So if money brings his confidence, when the money goes, he is a very confident person. Why? Because the managing director, position goes, confidence goes. Everybody is fine in the house, therefore confident. Now something somewhere happens, whole thing shatters. Oh, he is very confident. Why? Because she or he is loved by somebody, she is adored by somebody, praised by people, wanted by everybody. Confidence. Nobody looks at you, nobody talks to you. Oh, your whole world collapses. That is why it looks like you are temporarily confident, not always confident. Therefore, from the absolute standpoint, in confidence also is lack of confidence. Same way, it shall see that. The person, no remorse, no regret, no sense of depression or dejection or misery at any time. Even he doesn't escape into temporary enthusiasm or relaxation or confidence, none of this stuff. He is absolute with himself. But there is a possibility some people can listen to it and they shall try to be, understand, try to be very balanced, try to be, listen carefully. Why? The wise man is samam, same, sukheshu, dukheshu. There are happy, convenient situations, not elated. Unhappy, miserable conditions, not dejected. This is wisdom. Somebody can practice it. There is a possibility of somebody can practice it, pretension or no, but where somebody can practice it, try to maintain that equanimity, trying to maintain that equanimity. It has a last straw, but the person can pass on as somebody who can stand in while facing the situations in life. Since there is such a possibility, the scripture continues very nicely. Hey, just because you are balanced, just because you are unaffected, certain times don't think that is wisdom. Why? Because it gives you a beautiful language. Nirodhadini karmani jahati jadadhi adi. Jadadhi. Jadadhi means, jada means dull. Jada is a fantastic word, you can't really translate it. And jada means imbecile, like a stupid. Jada means what? To whom you cannot wake up. The fellow is so dense. Dense, that's the right word. Jada. So dense, you can't wake them up. That buddhi, whatever logic you give, it is untouchable. Whatever shock you give, the fellow doesn't understand. Jadadhi. Understand? Jadadhi. But such a person, or weak, dull intellect, the person incapable of rationalizing, incapable of thinking, incapable of seeing beyond words, such people, Jadadhi, listen carefully. Nirodhadini karmani jahati. But they engage in many different types of so-called spiritual, religious, yogic or secular practices. Like Nirodhadini karmani. What are they? Nirodha adi. Nirodha means meditating. That is Nirodha, suspending thought, holding your mind to one place. Like different types of meditation tricks people sell these days. How to suspend your thought, how to, this particular mudra, close your eyes, point in this particular spot, or dance on a particular spot, or think of a particular thing, sing a particular song, or focus on a particular point. Like this, thousands of different ways of concentration. Nirodhadini. What is that concentration for? Because if you stick to that point, you shall keep your mind away from other things. That is the trick. That is the purpose. You put a flame, stick to the flame. That means naturally other things are kept off. So that time the fellow shall think, I have succeeded. My mind, I can 20 minutes, I can live there. So I am very, very improved. Or I am very sort of evolved person. It's like a person goes into mountains in Himalayan heights. When you go to Himalayan heights, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 feet height, Tibetan Kailas Manaswarar you go, you will know what it is. Kailas Manaswarar trip, when you make it, they ask you to acclimatize. Don't climb in one day. So when we are going, really I felt that. When we had gone there, some 7, 8 of us, we had gone there. When we were going, naturally I was the youngest in that group. So I was always running like this and standing there and watching that. And right on the top, 10,000, 11,000 feet height, is really that oxygen is less. So you, like that you will go, crazy. So I was looking at it. Then these people are coming, you are supposed 100 feet to stop and come. I was little ahead. Then this man was telling, one person called me up from distance, Swamiji, what are this? What are you looking at? I said, no, this is fantastic, you come. It's a breathtaking view. It's a very breathtaking view because there you have to stand and take some deep breath. Because Okay, so when you go to such spaces, when you go to such place, naturally your mind remains calm. When the job of the mind is to protect the body, when the body is going to die, what else is going to think? Cannot. So on the heights of the mountains, people think they have evolved. Or nirodhadini karmani, forcing your mind not to think. Listen to this song, direct your attention somewhere. For hours, days, you can do that. Forcibly you can do that. And if you feel that you are evolving, don't have that fancy idea. Why? Manorathan pralapansya kartum apnavati tatkshanat. Nirodhadini karmaniha jadadi yadi jahati. The moment you stop those restrictive activity, the moment you stop those restrictive practices, atatkshanat, very quickly, manorathan, all your mental projections, pralapansya, garrulous mind will return with double force. So 10 days I have gone to this meditation course looking at the wall for 10 days. No food, no sleep, looking at that. And there is one person guiding you for that also. Standing there, if you bend down, he hit you on some stick or throw a stone on your head. So for 10 days, after 1 day, 2 days, maybe your mind is forced to some type of absorption. Then how do you feel? Wow. So your purse is lighter by 3,000 rupees or dollars, your ignorance intact. But for some time I have enjoyed some semblance of relaxation. What is that? You see that beauty. I am not writing, okay? No pretension, please. In wisdom, there is no pretension. Like if a poor man pretends to be rich, महंगा पड़ जाता है. It becomes much more costly. A rich man can pretend to be poor, but a poor person pretending to be rich, a wise one can pretend to be ignorant. Ignorant pretending to be wise, you will learn your lessons for life. Understand? So people doing these type of restrictive practices, the moment they stop doing that practice, everything returns. That is why people go back from different camps, different type of meditation practices, meditation retreats, these type of things, they are afraid to go home. Why? Because they have to face themselves. All that was restricted for some time will come back its flow. And such people also will get very angry with the other people, those who are not doing those practices. Why? Because if somebody else is not doing that practice and still seem to be stable, that will be a challenge to their stupidity. You understand? Suppose you have been sitting day in and day out for 5 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours, still you are miserable. But I am not sitting down, but I am very happy, comfortable with myself. What shall you think? This fellow is stupid. Why? Because he is not doing religious, spiritual, yogic or secular practices. Just imagine how complicated it can make your life. Pralapa means talkative mind, garrulous mind returns. And then what shall you say? Those days were so nice when I was in the retreat, when I was in the Himalayas, it was so good. So, if your happiness, your silence, your serenity, your wisdom can be a thing of past, it was not there even in the past. Serenity, wisdom is not a thing of past. It's a constant present, a total presence, now and ever, here and everywhere. Whereas Jadadhi, trying to maintain a balance. So, as long as you are maintaining breathe in, breathe out, Rechak, Kumbhak, Purak, you do this, you do that, breathing exercise. How do you feel? Immediately will ask you also, how do you feel? How do you feel? How do I feel? If you slow down your breathing, of course you feel stupid and quiet. What is there? You don't have to go through yogic practice for that. It is the glory of breathing, it's not the glory of the breather, okay? That is the arrangement, that is the nature's arrangement. Nature's arrangement. You don't need somebody to give you that trick and give you 10 rupees. It's nature's arrangement. Have you not seen it? When you feel so full, overpowered with emotions, loaded in your heart or your mind, how do you behave? Why do you do that? What is this? Dirgha Swasa, deep sigh, S-I-G-H. What happens? The carbon dioxide that is built up in your system, how do you feel? For that shall I go and give 10 rupees? Huh? Have you not seen it? Naturally people do it. Somebody comes and cries, Mummy, Papa, or brother, or sister, or husband, or wife. Somebody cries. What do you do? What is your immediate response? Put your hand. Baby. Worry. Why? It's a natural arrangement. One is agitation. Other is silence. Stable. When you put your hand, balances. Why does baby? What do you do to babies? Babies crying now. What do you do? Suppose you are also miserable, not. You are also crying and you are also, baby is crying, you are crying. Oh, what shall you do? And both will cry more, right? So people come for condolence, themselves miserable, make other people miserable and go back. Such people should not come for condolence. If they are miserable, they will make the other person more miserable and then go back. What rubbish! Nature's arrangement. Terrible pain comes. Why people faint? You get hit by a car, you faint. Nature's arrangement. Did you choose to faint? Have you ever chosen to faint? Nature organizes it. You faint so that you don't go through this pain. Nature's arrangement. These little tricks, they put it up as practices. How to artificially suspend your mind. Cut off everything. No sound, no touch, no smell, nothing. Total restriction, total restriction of every kind. Even if you want to sleep also, hit the fellow. You should not be eating these things, Naturally, try for yourself. You have been overeating, you will be feeling like a glutton buffalo. You can't function. Fast for one day, you shall feel very light and your head also will not work. Why? When the life is in trouble, thoughts take leave. When you are going through some terrible pain or a disease, do you think of going for Las Vegas for a holiday? Go for a gambling thing? No. Why? Why? Living is more important, therefore mind suspended. So when you deliberately do not eat, you starve. Go into isolation. Yes, it becomes less and less agitation. You have forced your mind to be quiet. Pranabandhanat leena manasam. No nasameti. Ramana Maharshi writes, no. Pranabandhanat, by your breathing exercise, manasam leenam bhavati. The mind can be suspended. Breathing exercise. Take a deep breath. In and out, complete exhaust, and hold your mind. Your mind cannot move. What I am telling you, just like that, somebody will say, come quietly, I will initiate you. Right? Then he tell you that. But of course, you give freely also, people won't take it. One fellow, it's a true experience. One man had nice 5 puppies. Beautiful dog, babies, puppies. He wanted to give it nice houses, so he take it to somebody's house. He took in the car and went around this neighborhood. A nice puppy, anybody want? Nobody took it. Then he announced to the radio, nice puppies to be adopted, anybody interested? Nobody is interested. Then he said, pedigree puppies. Then some never advised him, put it for sale. Pedigree puppies, each one for 25 rupees. Before the day is out, all the 5 puppies gone. Why? If they pay, they think it is valuable. If it comes free, it is useless. That is why self-knowledge, Vedanta, Upanishad, the traditions, it is not very popular. Why? It's not, it is not sold, not marketed. It is freely available. And people have such silly mentality, like if the price is more, thing must be good. People purchase clothes not for clothes, but for price. Ornaments, cars, mostly because the price more, things must be more. So more charge for meditation, better meditation it must be. Pay for it, who says not? Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, Jadadhi, the person of dull intellect, instead of fixing himself, tries to fix the thoughts. Instead of fixing himself, knowing about himself, tries to change the body, change the food habit, change everything except himself. Problem is you, not the food. Understand? Food is problem or you have made a problem out of food. Think. Body is a problem or you have created a problem out of the body. A thought is a problem or you have created a problem out of thought. Creation is a problem or you have created a problem out of the creation. So who needs to be changed? You. Know about yourself. No. Suspend the thought, deny the sound, touch, taste, smell, sight. Not only you should deny, but anybody else is not denying also is a criminal. Why? Because you are made redundant, made stupid. Because even when he is eating also he is happy. But you are starving, you are happy. Now which is logically nice? Starving be happy or eating be happy? So naturally the starving fellow, for whom the starvation is religion, renunciation is religion, denial is religion, he will hate anybody who is starving, eating and happy, enjoying and happy. Natural. Yes, he is eating and happy. If by eating he is happy, he will also be miserable. If he can't eat, he will be miserable. Just like a person is addicted to or obsessed with renunciation and starvation for happiness, if the other person is obsessed with eating to be happy, both will be miserable. So please, all these practices, the moment it stops, jahati means the moment it suspends these practices, manorathan pralapansya kartum apnoti tatkshanat or tatkshanat, immediately the manorathan, the projecting minds, bewildering thoughts, different type of projecting ideas, garrulous speeches, talkative mind returns with all force. Such a person, manda means diluted. Why is diluted? It's not a disgrace, understand. Diluted means the fellow is not a disparaging statement. It's not a statement to destroy, criticize somebody. What it means is, the person has the mind but doesn't use it. Either he doesn't use it or he comes across somebody who doesn't help him to use it. Rather they suspend its usage. Are you getting that point? The person doesn't know how to use his mind. And when you give them the practices where everything else must be suspended, you are not encouraging the person to use his mind. Please, the creation is not a problem. Oh, I hope you see it by now. Nobody is your problem except you. Nothing is a problem except you. And once you stop being your problem, you understand yourself who you are. Shivoham, Shivoham. I am the Atma Satchidanandoham, Asangoham, 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 Punah Punah, Satchidananda Rupoham, Ahameva, Ahamabhaya, Aham Asanga, untouched, unrelated. Asanga. There is nothing in me. That is how everybody is. You are free with yourself, I am free with myself. Then you are free to relate. Fantastic. But no, by relating I shall be free. Ayyo, disaster. Disaster. I am happy with myself, you are happy with yourself. I am happy with my 5 rupees, you are happy with your 5 million. No problem. But suppose I am happy with myself, you are happy with yourself. But if only can give me 50,000, then only I will be happy. Ayyo. I will frighten you, I will be making myself miserable. I will be making myself miserable because if you don't give me 50,000, I am unhappy. And you, the moment the demand comes, you are afraid that somebody started demanding. Just like money, same thing also, attention. Some people demand money, some people demand food, some people demand power, some people demand love, some people demand attention. They seek attention, you understand? It is why this love relationship becomes like explosive, it destroys people. Because demand. Understand? So the teaching is not to dismiss the creation, not to dismiss love, dismiss affection, dismiss hatred, dismiss... No, everything shall be there in this universe. You look at yourself, that is a mandadhi. You have the intelligence, you are not using it. Mandaha, such a person, srutvapi vimudhatam na jahati. Even when he listens to this reality about himself, he shall not give up his vimudhata, his delusion. Delusion, you understand? so obsessed with delusion. Think of it. Some people are obsessed with power, you know that? Obsessed with power. I need this power. So you come to this knowledge not for knowledge's sake, but to gain some more power. You don't come to this knowledge for knowledge's sake, but to get a position, get a new role. You understand? Do you come to this knowledge to be yourself or to pick up another special role? What is that? I am a Vedantin now. Oh, yeah. I am always in meditation. I don't need this type of meditation. Don't do that. You come to this knowledge to be yourself, not to be the reader of this book, follower of this path, follower of this guru, follower of that God. Or dismiss this guru, dismiss that guru, God, dismiss that truth. There is neither understand. Both ways there is pain. In trying to dismiss, you shall be as much in conflict as in trying to give a sanction to something. Listen carefully. You can't wish away a body as even you cannot maintain that body forever. Right or wrong? You cannot wish away a thought, nor you can maintain a thought forever. Can you? That is why don't try to either dismiss or to be holding on to something. It will not work. Practices means dismissal, usually negation. I'm not this, 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 I'm not this. Then the person takes credit. I succeeded in negating everything. And then same I who takes the credit for negating everything, the moment that everything returns, now you are defeated by the flow of thought. Please. So it's like a game. You come in, that retreats. That comes in, you retreat. Your life becomes a game. Game. What type of game? Miserable game. Be the field. On the field, battle is taking place. I am the field. Let this be there. The battleground is not wounded. The fighters are wounded. Battleground wounded. Mahadeva. You understand this? Happily go. God's sake. How much? This is so beautiful. One idea will change the life. This is explosive ideas. You understand? Explosion of ideas. What to do? It cannot be talked. True. Look at this. What this ASHTAVAKRA, what does he say? All these things, anirvachaniyam, cannot be talked. And then he's talking so much. Manda srutvapi tadvastu vimudatam na jahati. Doesn't give up his obsession. You come across so many people. They come to self-knowledge, but not for knowledge's sake. They don't want to know that who they are, but to gain importance for what they have. If you have come to get a sanction for things that you have, you'll be disappointed. The scripture is not interested in what you have, but who you are. The teacher, worth the salt. The person is really worth. He is not interested in what you have, but who you are. Understand that point. If somebody somewhere gives you importance for what you have, run for your life, because you will be destroyed. That will perpetuate your delusion. 100,000 rupees? Come. ₹2, go. What? Are you teaching people or money? One fellow goes to a priest. I was reading that book, somebody had written a very interesting story. One fellow went to a priest and he said, see, my dog is dead and I loved my dog. I want it to have a decent burial. Is there any provision in your church, in your whatever you say, in establishment, how to do that? He said, one Christian priest has written that story, so I have nothing to worry about it. Then he said, we don't bury animals. You can find out somewhere another dispensation where somebody can help you out. We don't bury these things here. He said, but you see, I come to your church and I love my dog. I really don't know what to do with it, but I don't know how much they ask for it, but I am willing to pay $500,000, $500,000 for the dog's burial. You didn't tell me that your dog is a Catholic. In a sense, the moment money comes, everything changes. It's not just because Catholic, don't really Christian priests are like that. It's not like that. What I'm telling is, in the Guru, somebody somewhere comes there. If you come, if you pay 1,000 rupees, sit in the front row. Nobody, go there. Are you teaching the money or teaching the people? If somebody gives you importance for money, run. By now you must have seen for yourself how you have been disappointed in life, because people who came to you for your money left you when you did not share it. You want to have the same relationship again? Even to your body, when you are young, wonderful, your telephone never stops ringing. When you are old, nobody knows where you are. Your telephone never rings. So now, should you give importance to your physical body? Think. Your thoughts are persecuting you. Thoughts don't persecute. Listen carefully. Thoughts don't persecute. I feel persecuted. So shall I change my thought or shall I change myself? I must know myself. Therefore, when the focus is on you, and not your thoughts are bad, your thoughts are good, your practices are nice, your practices are good. No. The moment you do that, you are vimudha, visheshena mudha, deluded, thoroughly deluded. Vimudha, obsessed, deluded. Listen carefully. And if you do insist on this type of practices, that line you can underline, the last line. Nirvikalpo bahiri yatnat antar vishayalalasah. That last line of 76 verse, amazing. Yatnat bahihi nirvikalpavat tishtati. Yatnat, because of the effort that he puts forth, breathing, withdrawal, isolation, starvation, forcing the mind, directly focusing the attention on some point or something, yatnat, because of these efforts, bahihi nirvikalpa. He looks from outside as though he is nirvikalpa, very quiet. But antar vishayalalasa, all these thoughts shall wait inside, shall wait, because you have created an artificial barrier, a firewall. It doesn't come back. If this language of religion you don't understand the language of secularism. What is the language of secularism? You go to a 5-star resort, listen carefully. You go to a 5-star resort, 5-star. 5-star, what is 5-star resort? They take care of your sight, every sensation. The best sounds they will provide, the best sight they will provide, the best touches they will provide, taste, smell, best thing they provide. So much so, they forcibly suspend your memories. You are not allowed to think of your house. Go for a cruise ship. In that little stupid, ship, you are in your own universe. World is forgotten. How long? Cruise is over, now begins the painful cruise inside. When you are going there, suspended everything. In a retreat of luxury kind, cruise ship, 5-star resorts, spiritual practice is also same thing. Same thing. 5-star arrangements also. Nice ashrams, beautiful houses, beautiful retreat centers, what is that? Nice fragrance, dim light, soft music, crowd also, everything. Forget. They are just waiting. Bahir, nirvikalpa. Outside, you can sit down in that meditation with everyone. What is happening inside? Nobody wants to look at it also. You are not aware of it because forcibility is suspended. Listen to some beautiful music. You can't think. Thousands of people singing. You can't think. The noise outside will drown your thought. You will have a funny, vicarious sense of satisfaction, silence. But the moment it stops, returns. The difference between wisdom, understanding of yourself, and suspending your thought is, when you understand of yourself, thereafter thoughts or no thought, changes or no changes, childhood, youth or old age, any conditions prevailing in the outside world, untouchable. You are untouched by it. In the suspension, as long as everything is suspended, everything is cool. The moment it returns, you are back to square one, suffering. So, ask yourself, do you want to have a practice where you want to change everything else, or you want to have the knowledge where you see yourself as you are? You don't change yourself. Listen carefully. You are not changing yourself. You are changing the idea about yourself. Understand? It's a huge difference. You don't need to change yourself. That's fantastic. You can change the body, you can change your mind, you can change your memories, you can change your experiences, you can change your parentage, you can change the self, the absolute. Nothing you can change, but you can change the idea about yourself. What is that idea about myself? In my ignorance, I was taking myself to be everything that I have. Now I know who I am and the difference between who I am and what I have. The name I and the meaning of the word I. Nirvikalpo vahi yatna antar vishaya laras. Therefore, these type of practices, nirodhadini karmani jadadhi yadi jahati. So, by chance, because of this type of so-called practices of any kind, if you feel little balanced, don't delude yourself, don't equate that with wisdom, because yadi jahati, in case you stop doing that practice, you shall know how dependent you are on the practice. Are you getting that? When you stop doing the practice, you will know how dependent you are on the practice. Even suppose, instead of being yourself, now you are listening to the truth about yourself, listening to the glory of yourself. So you can depend on the listening. You are not stuck on the breathing, but you are stuck on listening. That also is another type of dependence. Reading, another type of dependence. Are you getting that? So, I am so independent, I don't read, I don't write. No. By not reading, by reading if you don't get it, by not reading you are not going to get it either. That is all secondary. What is more important is being yourself, who you are. And thereafter, reading is beautiful, not reading also nice. Practices, excellent, no practices, fantastic. Everything is beautiful. That is why the last one he says, Jnanat Galita Karmaya, in contrast to this ignorance and the delusion and the obsession, Jnanat Galita Karmaya, Loko Drishtyapi Karma Krut. Ayyo, amazing verses. Yaha, whoever he may be, he who. Yaha, whoever he may be, whoever. Why? Not whoever, Hindu, Indian, that man, Brahmana, Vaishya, Kshatriya, whoever, Yaha is a common noun. Yaha, whoever he may be, she may be, it may be, whoever, it doesn't matter. Caste, creed, sex, race, religion, practices, belief, nationality, none of these things are taken into account. Whoever he may be, if he does this, what? Jnanat Galita Karma. Because the knowledge of himself, Atma Jnanat, self-knowledge, self-awareness, knowing about himself, who he is, and therefore Galita Karma. No more he is a doer. No more attributes doership to himself that I do. Listen carefully. Simple example. See this. Do you see this flower?
Yes.
Yes. Is it necessary to say, I see, to see? The eyes see or you see? Because eyes see, therefore you say you see. Suppose the eyes don't see. What shall you say? I don't see. When you say you don't see, who is not seeing? Eyes are closed. So, do you see? Yes. Why? Because I see. Now close your eyes. Do you see? No. Why? Because the eyes don't see. But do you see that the eyes don't see? Yes, I see. I know. What do you know? The eyes don't see. So, do you know that I see? Yes, I see. Do you know that? Yes, I know. So, you know eyes see, you also know eyes don't see. So, seeing and not seeing are the function of the eyes. Yours is knowledge. I know, I am conscious. And you don't have to, just like as you don't have to say, I see to see with your eyes, you don't have to say, I know to be the knowing principle, consciousness, awareness. You don't have to say, I do. Is it necessary to say, I am alive to be alive? Is it necessary to say, I breathe to breathe? Is it necessary to say, I walk to walk? Walking. You understand how the word I is so redundant? So beautiful. I don't have to say that. Makes life so beautiful. Galita karma, this is. You have disappeared. Thoughts have not. Actions have not stopped. Perceptions have not stopped. But you have disappeared. The I. The sense of I faded out. You are being yourself. But in the Nirodhadini Karmani, in the so-called practices of suspending, thoughts are suspended, perception suspended, food is suspended, touch is suspended, taste is suspended, everything else is suspended. You are there. Therefore, everything resumes. Jnanat Galita Karmaya. Such a person, Loko Drishtya api karma krut, Loko Drishtya. From the standpoint of the average man in this universe, he looks like he is acting. Because people shall say, see, he is walking. I don't know how to talk about it. The wise person is neither alive nor dead. He is existence itself. But when the wise body is moving, what people say? He is alive. I am dead inside. He is dying or he is dead, eternally alive. Lokadrishtyāpi. He is old. I am ageless. He is young, ageless. Mahadeva, you must see this. Oh, he is seeing the sunrise. He is listening to the music. He is eating this food. Lokadrishtāpi karmakrut napnoti avasaram karma bhaktumeva nakanchana. Avasaram napnoti karma kartum. He doesn't even when people see and talk about him doing this, doing that, seeing this, seeing that, touching this, touching that, experiencing this, experiencing that, living or dying, nakinchana karo, bhaktimeva nakinchana, there is nothing to talk about it. He doesn't do anything, doesn't speak anything, nothing. Think. Don't make it frivolous. When you are walking down, just you are walking down. Who is walking down? Are you walking down or your body is walking down? So you think because your body is walking down, therefore you are walking down. Because your body is present, therefore you are present. When your body is not there, what shall I say? Is gone, miserable. No. Even when your body is working, I know you are not working, you are all pervasive. Even when your body goes away, you are still there. Know it when your body is alive. As I told you, this family, helpless conditions, people commit suicide. It can be disease, it can be depression, it can be something the person cannot take it. That is where you remember the language I used. Individuality feels so devastated, destroyed. The pre-suicidal condition, what is that? I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. What? Oppression from people, pain from my situations, treachery of somebody, slander of somebody, cheating of somebody, deception of somebody, pain of my own body, terrible thoughts crisscrossing my mind. I can't take it. So what do you do? That I can't take it. So that I who can't take it, that I should be dismissed. Instead of dismissing the I, since I consider myself with the body is finished. You can't take it, finishing your body for what? Only when the body is there, I am there? No, because you are there, body is a pain. Don't think body is a pain. Body will have pain, because that is what the body is all about. Understand? Thoughts you can't take. Don't change thoughts. But that is the normal idea. That is how average person works like that. Change the thoughts. Or change the attitude. You understand this cosmetic surgery? Yesterday I was telling you that man spending $150,000 to look like a woman. Or a particular face that he likes. How long it will last? You are changing the body, but you are not changing yourself. After some time, you will be tired of that. That is why in the name of, call it religion, call it secularism, call it spirituality, call it yoga, call it whatever name. If you are changing things, that doesn't need the change. What needs the change is yourself, who you are. As I told you, again, not about yourself, who you are. That doesn't need to be changed. What is the idea about yourself, who you are. Because nothing needs to change in this world. Everything is by itself already changing. Can you change the body from changing? Can you stop changing? Can you stop the mind from changing? But you can stop yourself from expecting these things to changeless. This I, which is expecting everything to be different. When that goes away, knowing about yourself, who you are, then even that I also becomes a blessing. Let the I be there. What's wrong? What's wrong? It's a beautiful instrument. Okay, so sweet. So, such a person who thus sees it himself, avasaram na apnoti. Na apnoti avasaram karma vaktumeva na kinchana. He doesn't get any chance even to talk about it, to stop it or not to stop it, to do or not to do. He doesn't even talk about it. That is why whatever people say, he says yes. You saw this? Yes. You never saw that? Yes, I didn't see it. Why getting into confusion? Whatever, you think whatever, say okay. Why? Because you want to just get the hell out of it. It's okay, it's alright. Who wants to, you are such a crook? Yes, I am a crook. You are so wonderful? Yeah, I am wonderful. Why talk about it? You understand the point? Because I am tired. Either of being praised or being vilified. Your praise will not make me immortal. Your withdrawal of praise will not make me mortal. I am immortal, absolute. That is why avasaram na apnoti, the language you can't believe. Avasaram na apnoti. He has no time to talk about himself. Why? Cannot be talked. You are so wonderful. It's all right. I know it. You are so stupid. That's also is fine. Why? Because any role is not more important than the actor. Right or wrong? Suppose an actor takes a great, in that movie he was given the Oscar. Next thing, next movie he was not even mentioned. What will happen? He's alright, one role is fantastic. Other role is useless. What can I do about it? I am the same. Mahadeva, you decide for yourself, okay? Please close your eyes. Nirvikalpasya dhirasya, I am sir. Napnoti, please close your eyes. Dhiraha. Lokadrushtyapi karmargut. Even though from the other people's standpoint, he seems to be active. Or from his own habitual standpoint. Sometimes it may come. I want to eat. But in reality, I never wants. The self has no want. So from your own standpoint, vyavahar, just for vyavahar, for the functioning in the world, you may use the language, I am hungry, I want to eat, I want to go, but it means nothing. Because you are neither hungry nor you want to go or not to go. Speaking, you don't speak. Kurvannapi na karoti, doing he doesn't do. Living, he doesn't live. Dying, he doesn't die. Changing, he doesn't change. Always the changeless absolute. Shivoham, Shivoham. And this physical body, part of the physical universe, Ishvara, Ishvara. The wave disintegrates, the water continues, the body is disintegrated, thoughts disappear. Self, the awareness, always the same. Since being yourself is not a practice, there is no chance of losing sight of yourself at any time. When you listen or don't listen, you read or don't read, you close your eyes or open your eyes, thoughts or no thoughts, you are yourself who you are. But by suspending the thought, if you are feeling comfortable, soon the thoughts will return. By starving, if you feel comfortable, soon you have to be hungry and eat. By indulging, if you feel comfortable, at one time you can't indulge anymore. Being with yourself is neither the product of starvation, denial, or indulgence and celebration. You are who you are at all times, all places, in and through all conditions. Shivoham, Shivoham.